Yeah, I feel like the body's just way more connected than we think.
I think it is.
But
This
also,
finger?
your finger?
Yeah, this finger.
Well, it's like the thing where if you like bend this finger, if you bend your middle finger and put it on a surface, you can't lift your ring finger.
Mm.
No, I'm doing it right now.
That's because you're not doing it right. This has to be flat on the ground.
It is.
No, it's not. I can
No,
see
it
that
literally
it's
is.
not.
Look,
Okay, James is abnormal. No, your ring finger.
that's my
You're
ring.
picking up your wrist.
No, I'm not. Like just my ring finger?
Yeah,
Oh no, I can't even do that normally.
I know, because everything's
Right.
connected.
Ow.
Or like pressure points.
Science.
Like, oh, I don't have a headache
Dude, it's
anymore.
like exactly.
Have you heard of the one where you put all your fingers down except the middle finger?
Oh.
That was good.
Got him.
That was good. Okay, I feel like we all have interesting shirts today.
I'm gonna save mine for the pod.
Oh, you're gonna save yours? I would like to
Wait, which-
show mine
this
right
one?
now. I'm wearing
Dinoco.
Dinoco Bluey. I got this at Carsland.
Dinaku?
Dinoco Blue, baby.
What a shirt.
What a shirt. This was back when I only bought smalls, but I am no longer a small.
It's because Ben got swole.
I got
Ben started doing tongue curls. Because your body's connected, so if you do more tongue curls,
Right.
your
Your
biceps
feet
get bigger.
get big.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
your
feet
biceps.
get bigger.
That makes
That's how
sense.
clowns get huge feet.
They do. It's because they're licking a lot of cotton candy. That's why.
That's crazy.
They're just like, their feet.
Oh my god,
That's crazy.
wild.
That's
That's
funny.
crazy. So yeah, I'm
Clowns.
repping the Dinoco Blue. Lightning McQueen should have been Dinoco, but I'm sorry.
Chick kicks
Chick-
instead.
Yeah, unfortunately,
really.
You've got. Is that new?
No, I've had this shirt. Actually, this shirt is courtesy of a good friend fan. This is from Haruni.
From Haruni.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is from Haruni. So
Thank
shout
you.
out Haruni.
Thanks, Haruni.
Thank you for this is genuinely one of my favorite shirts that I have in my arsenal of shirts.
Your arsenal.
Yeah, my shirts are arsenals because they all bring out a different weapon.
Mm.
And I guess we'll talk about my shirt right now.
Well, that's
We can-
funny
we
because we
can-
didn't
we can
transition
wait.
to it.
We can
Yeah,
wait.
we can wait.
Well, we'll get into it later, but it is the first time I have ever seen a Facebook advertisement and immediately bought a shirt. This popped up on my Facebook. It's the Teton Mountains in Wyoming.
Which
And,
we went to.
Wait, is this going to be part of your Teledope and Telenope or your
Allegedly.
Okay, good.
But we did go to the
Good.
Tetons on a great trip out
And
west.
so this pops up on my Facebook, and I was like, that's one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen. Let me show you the back.
Whoa.
Yeehaw.
Cowboy.
So we'll talk about my shirt more later.
But that was a great trip. It was an awesome trip. Which brings me to Teledope because my Teledope is about a trip.
Actually,
the welcome.
welcome to the podcast.
Did we not welcome yet?
Episode
You are not welcome.
Well,
Or-
James and Adolph, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
We're on a
Thanks,
episode.
happy to be here.
Thanks for being here, James. Thanks for being here, Adolph.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. This is episode 4.
Dose. Wait, Quattro. Episode Quattro.
Eins, zwei,
Drive Fear.
drei, vier.
Fear.
Episode Fear
Do we know any
of
other
Off the
languages?
Record. Welcome to Off the Record, episode 4, everybody.
Yes.
Telehope.
We just had a Harry Potter trivia night.
Yeah, we
And-
did.
And we also, actually, this weekend,
This weekend, we have a Cars watch party,
which will,
be last
which will be
weekend probably.
last week.
right,
Yeah.
whenever
It was a
this
little
airs.
bit of I would say a little bit of a quieter month, but we're cooking. Actually, we are cooking. There's some stuff cooking.
Every band has these cycles. Every artist has these cycles.
It's like the water cycle,
90%.
90%, 80-20 rule.
And we're in that cycle of, well, we just announced a tour,
Yeah.
but we're also writing and sneakily working on music. And
Well, and we're dropping it. Well, we dropped for all you patrons. They already have the song.
they do have the song, All My Love.
Yeah.
They do. I'm excited to be here with you boys.
Hey, thanks for having us, Ben.
Yep. Let's go to James with the news.
Well, on 5th Street this morning, there was a accident.
Oh no.
Somebody peed their pants.
Yeah. Skid marks.
No.
Nope. This is the segment where we talk about something dope or something.
No.
Well, and something nope.
Mm.
Dope and nope. All right, y'all. It's been I would not say a hot second. It's been a lukewarm second since we've been recording the pod. My teledope for the day.
You can go
is-
first.
Oh,
by the way.
thanks. Thanks. Oh, wait. I thought. Don't I lead it?
Go ahead. We
What?
say that every time.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What?
Nothing.
I thought it said I was leading this part.
You are.
You're leading.
We say that every time. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Does somebody else want to go first?
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no.
Okay.
You got this.
I'm being ganged up on.
No, it's like you've
Okay,
never done a
good.
pod before with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I forgot. No, Florida trip with the what?
Literally nothing.
No, Florida trip with the fam had myself, my parents, Ben, other brother. One brother stayed home, unfortunately. But it was good. It was like everybody all in one spot. Oh, is your mic not working? Okay.
I'm just turning you down because you're loud.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just your gain is hot.
Then why'd you tap your mic?
Just to make sure it was turning down yours.
Because of how the toes and everything works.
Yeah, we're all interconnected.
We're all
Yeah,
interconnected.
90%.
No, went to Florida with the family. It was great. Ben and I'll show some pictures, or we'll get some pictures of this. We built a sick sand stadium
Mm.
with.
Yep.
Mm, you just-
Well,
mm.
partial, it was 50% like that's so cool, and 50% that hurt my back because of the sunburn.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ben got a bad sunburn. You did get a bad sunburn.
It's all good.
But the sand stadium was really sick. It was great. We did not see any sharks on the trip, even though we were in the county that has the most shark attacks. It's the most dangerous county in America. It's called Brevard County.
But did you know that more people die by vending machines?
Vending machines, yeah.
Than a
Coconuts too, I think.
There's vending machines in the water.
It's literally all just
Yeah.
branding.
Yeah, the vending
You just see
machines just come up.
a Snickers bar.
It is crazy though, because like I've heard that sharks aren't actually that dangerous. But
Yeah.
like ever since Jaws came out, people are just freaked out by it. So
Dude,
it's all
'cause
branding.
surfers, the bottom of a surfboard looks like a seal to them.
Yep.
Mm.
And so they
And then that's
go
why
at
you
it.
hear shark attacks, but not shark deaths most of the time, because they don't actually want to eat a person.
I mean, there's probably some that do.
Well, for sure.
So, yeah, it was great. Got on a real big solitaire kick thanks to Ben.
Yes.
Did you get in
Still-
trouble for making the sandcastle?
No, that was something
no.
else.
Oh, yeah, that was something
You dug
else.
a big hole.
Well, we
right?
didn't only build a sand stadium.
Right, we built some walls and like an entryway and some,
We- Built some towers.
built some towers.
2 towers, in fact.
Barad-dûr.
What?
What does that even mean?
That's the Lord of the Rings thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like a tower.
yeah.
But yeah, solitaire was a big thing. I did not beat Ben's high score. I was trying to. I think Ben's a cheater when it comes to this.
No, I did fully fine.
Fully fine. I don't know. But it was great. It was a good time. Got out on the beach, got in the water, connected with
Oh,
nature.
the funniest part was like in the mornings we would see like the dolphins in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cute. And we're all on the balcony, and my mom,
She has bad eyes.
She has not the
but
best
she
eyes.
could
Sorry,
still, yeah.
well, she has great eyes. Mommy have great eyes.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful.
Beautiful eyes.
beautiful eyes. But she has
Sorry.
glasses, and she could not see the dolphin. So everyone's like, "Oh yeah, she's
There's dolphins.
Where?"
I want to see him. I felt bad, but she did
Yeah,
finally see them.
She did. She did.
So yeah,
Shout
that
out,
was my
Mom.
teledope. It was awesome. I love Florida. Would love to live there maybe. Telenope. Unfortunately, my wallet is a bit slimmer this week, as is Adolph's.
Wow, wow.
Womp
Whoa.
womp. Adolph and I. Long story short, we were gonna meet a friend there because they were already down there. Like, oh, you should come down and like play craps and roulette with us. We were like, oh, okay.
At
Well,
the
then she
casino.
bailed. She bailed like right before we were gonna leave, and we're like, well, we're not just gonna not go down there. So Adolph and I went down there for a little bit, played some craps, learned how to play it. Weird name, by the way, for a game. Who names the game
Who
craps?
names? Probably George Craps.
I feel like we talk about gambling on here all the time, and I want to
We-
say I've only been to the Cincinnati casino like 3 times.
I think I've been 3 times in my
life.
whole life.
in the last weekend.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to
it's okay.
puff myself up for my own joke, but I was talking to my sister on the phone, and I was like, "Okay, well, I gotta go. James and I are gonna go to the casino," and she goes, no, don't go to the casino. You're going to get addicted. And I said, I've already been 100 times and I'm still not addicted.
Well, we are not addicted because we
We're
lose money.
losers.
Because we lose money.
Wait, you went to the casino and lost money?
Yeah.
That's not why we go.
I know.
We
Okay.
literally
I
go
know,
in
I
to
know.
clock in, make some cash.
Yeah, we lost between us $50, which is
But-
not bad.
Not
we
me.
did-
Not me. I did not lose anything because I did not go.
Right.
Well, because if you think about it, as we only lost 25 each.
right.
Split between
wah.
us, the losses.
Well, and split it between actually all three of us.
No.
Yeah, Ben.
No,
Thanks.
no.
Yeah, split it between all three of us. It's
I
like
do
what?
want to say,
I don't go to the casino and lose. Okay.
That's
have
true.
you? Yeah, Ben only makes money.
I've
ran
never been to a
into-
casino and lost.
That's
I
true.
never
Yeah.
have.
I could have said the same thing until recently.
Yep.
There was the girl that we ran into who was
Oh,
in
yeah. Meg. Meg is her name.
she was playing music in like
The Palm Bay room or
which
something.
allegedly you have to gamble $30,000 or something in order to get
$30,000
into it.
minimum.
So we're well on our way.
Yeah. And we told her like, oh yeah, we'll see you there.
See you
We'll
there in a bit.
See you there.
Pretty much. So yeah, that's my Telenope. And Teledope, Florida's great. Telenope. We lost money.
Don't go to the casino.
Slim wallet.
Mm.
Ben?
Down some Benjamins. Well, not a Benjamin. Benjamin's 100.
Okay, fine. I'll go.
You can go.
I have a Telenope and a Teledope today for you.
Okay.
I'm going to start off with my Telenope because it's more fresh. Last night, Clara and I went to the local garden store, and she wanted to get some potting soil for her tomato plants. I don't know if I've ever bought potting soil before, and so we go in,
Yeah.
I pick up 4 bags of these soil things, and they smell wretched, like poop.
Well,
And-
yeah, they're supposed to.
Well, here's the thing. They were so bad. It was worse than poop. The smell. I was like, why does
What
it
is
smell
worse
so
than
bad?
poop?
Throw them, buy them, throw them in the van. The van now smells like poop a little bit. It's not good.
Get used to it.
That's true. And then she has this raised tomato garden, and she cut up all the bags, threw them in. And then she looked at the bag a little closer and noticed that it said tomato or plant and herb food, not potting soil.
Ooh.
And so it was 4 bags of straight fertilizer
Ooh.
That- are filling up this tomato.
You're going to have the
bed.
biggest tomatoes in
Yeah,
the
dude.
world.
And
That's
so
crazy.
now our backyard smells like just poop. And it's not like a fresh mulch scent. It's so
Yeah.
it is made with chicken poop.
Oh.
And so I was doing some woodwork, and she comes in, she's like, that wasn't potting soil.
Oh, no.
And so it was sad because these were $28 a bag. So we
Oh,
basically
snap.
$120 down the drain, which I'm like,
There's worse mistakes.
I'm like,
So
you'll
we
never
only
make.
lost
Yeah,
50
for
bucks.
real. Yeah,
Well-
we're
well-
chilling.
You go to the casino, lose money. You buy potting
Well, here's the
soil.
thing.
We
I
fun.
have a bunch of grass seed that I'm gonna throw in the front yard, all over the front yard. So I'm like, I consulted ChatGPT.
Good.
You can throw this fertilizer over that, and it'll help the grass seed. So it's not a total loss, but she contacted the place, and she's like, "Hey, is there anything you can do?" We haven't heard back, but it was a learning moment for
You
both
know
of
what we
us.
call that? A fecal fumble. You
A
fumbled,
fe-
dude.
A poopy situation.
You fumbled the ball.
A fecal frugal fumble.
A frugal fecal fumble.
Unfrugal. So that's my. It's not even nope. It's just it was really funny to me. She was
Oh yeah.
a little upset by it, but I'm like, you'll never make that mistake twice, and you're only out $120. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. My Teledope is I recently bought a Breville
Let's
espresso
go.
machine,
Oh yeah.
and I've been using it every day, and I've been learning it and getting good at it, and it's really fun. And so now I have
Getting good at lattes or espresso.
good at pulling a shot of espresso. It's actually really
Oh.
difficult at first. I never did it before
Wow.
I got it. So I got a used one on eBay. I set it up, and it was just water was just spraying out all the sides. I'm like, this is not right. So I returned it, got a used Amazon one, or it was a refurbished Amazon one, worked perfectly, and it was really fun dialing in.
What, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just dialing in. So, something I learned that I had no idea was that there's not really, you can buy espresso beans, but espresso is just the method of brewing coffee.
Sorry, I'm just laughing looking at it.
There's no, like, espresso isn't a special kind of bean necessarily. It's just, you can use any kind
the
of bean.
extraction process.
Yeah, it's just the extraction process is what makes it espresso. And I
You
didn't
really
know
believe that lie?
Yeah, I believe that lie for a long time, but I am different.
You're free.
I'm free.
So are you still on decaf, or are you on?
Um,
Are you becoming a caffeinated?
no,
boy?
no. I accidentally did caffeinated on my birthday, and I felt so bad.
Dude, take that L-theanine.
I did, and I felt a little better, but
Okay.
but I've been only doing decaf, and it's good.
Dude, nice.
It's good. It's actually the frothing the milk is harder to me. Well, it has the automatic thing. You just put the milk jug and it does it. But I want to get into the manual part and do some latte art, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that yet.
Well, I can help you.
Okay, cool.
Tips
Well,
and tricks, baby.
You know what we call that? Breville booyah.
Breville.
Breville booyah.
Booyah. Well, that's actually a great segue into my Teledope, which is a new hobby that I'm going to be pursuing, which is my father, unfortunately, has fully given up coffee. He hasn't drank coffee in like 2 weeks, and he was like, I just decided I don't want this in my life anymore, which I can't fathom,
Wow.
which is kind of sad. But
Your
I
mom's
respect
next. Watch out. No.
but I respect my my dad's decision to just full stop. But one thing that my dad enjoys doing is roasting his own coffee beans.
Ooh.
And
So is he going to give up that?
so he's giving that up, and I went over to his house yesterday, and he gave me a box of all of his coffee roasting materials.
Oh.
So now I have an at-home coffee roaster, and he gave me a bunch of like unroasted beans, and like I'm super excited to dive into roasting coffee beans.
Right.
Dude, you're
And-
going to have a full coffee
Dude,
place
I'm
at your
stoked.
house.
I'm so excited because
Nice.
that's one thing I've always wanted to pursue, but I never like took the next step into it.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to learn all about that and roast my own beans, and then I'll have to roast some decaf beans and give them to Ben.
Yes.
So
You're
Dude, that's
not,
cool.
I don't think you're able to be mean though. Like you take a little
Oh,
bean,
yeah.
you're like, your
you
mom,
little tiny bean.
your mom wears army boots. I don't even know where that
yeah,
joke.
why is that?
I don't even
Why
know.
was that even a
I just
roast?
say
Yeah.
it.
So I'm looking forward to that,
That's
and
awesome.
I have so much to learn, and I'm excited about it. So
Dude,
I'm gonna dive into that.
that's cool.
You don't have any kind of espresso maker, do you?
I have Mark gave me his what is it called? His mocha pot, which like
Oh,
makes like espresso sort of, but I don't have like a machine. But I would like to someday.
Nice.
Right now I'm just doing pour overs.
Ben's better
But
than you.
yeah, I was maybe I'll get a Breville someday. But I love a good pour over.
You do.
My Telenope is one thing that I hate most in this life is the dentist. The dentist is the
Uh-oh.
worst. I hate it. It's a terrible place. And I have a dental appointment today
No.
at 2:30 p.m.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
no.
And
Tooth
so
hurty.
tooth hurty. So I am like
Oh, wait,
really
actually
dreading it.
2:30?
Yep, actually. And
Classic.
however, so first of all, I know this is disgusting and I sincerely apologize. I haven't been to the dentist since COVID because I hated my old dentist. And so as soon as they canceled my appointment because of COVID, I was like, I'm never going here ever again. And then I just got lazy and blinked and 5 years passed. I would like to think that I have really good dental hygiene, but I've been flossing every day for the past month and a half to prepare for this appointment. So my gums no longer bleed and I think we're cooking. But my Telenope, I just wanted to talk crap about my old dentist.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
air it out, dude.
my old dentist, if you've ever watched The Office, he's exactly the same as Gabe. Like the tall, skinny guy with like kind of black hair. He's really kind of awkward and weird. Dude looks exactly the same as this guy, like acts the same. It was horrible. but they were trying to be nice. And every time I came in for an appointment, they would start blasting Telehope on the speakers.
Oh yeah.
And then, which is nice, but like one at a time, all the like nurses and dental hygienists and stuff would walk into the room I was in and start asking me questions that I really wanted to answer while the dentist has his banana hands in my mouth. And so that was like some of the most frustrating moments of my life, as I'm like, dude, you're asking me about what I'm most passionate about and I can't share because this dude's hands are in my mouth.
Dude, they just like jam that floss into your gums. They just like
yeah.
slice
for
it.
real.
It's like a knife.
It's absurd.
It's crazy.
So-
They're like, give me
they're,
that tooth.
and then they're like, oh, have you been flossing? Your gums are bleeding. Yeah, if you
I'm
take
like,
a
yeah,
knife
dude,
to it.
you freaking just chisel like ting,
Yeah.
ting, ting. So
Dang.
I'm really not looking forward to it. That's my Telenope. And hopefully the new dentist is awesome because it was finally my opportunity to be like,
Do you want to shout out your new dentist potentially? Or not yet until you
they
go?
don't get any street cred until, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't
that
been
could be
there,
horrible.
but I'm
Is it
trying
Dr.
somebody else.
Fox?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Doctor.
Dr. Fox.
So, anyways, that's my Telenope, is the dentist.
Mm.
Dang.
I think you'll do
Particularly
well.
my old one.
You're gonna
Yeah, dude.
do.
Hopefully they
You're
give
gonna
me
be all
like,
right, kid.
Yeah.
the old dentist used to give out like balloon animals and stuff. And I remember as a kid, I got home and popped my balloon animal on accident immediately. And then my mom took me back to the dentist and then they made me another one.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Which
Ours
was
used
really
to give
nice.
out milkshake cards from McDonald's if you did.
Oh
something.
yeah. My dentist gives out like dog and cat toys, and
That's awesome.
For the
and
patients?
yeah, they're like, take this to your dog or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just gnaw on it.
Also, if nobody's been to the dentist recently, just go. Because I waited for 5 years.
Mine's scheduled for October.
Have you been since COVID?
I won't answer that. Yes, I have.
yeah, I go 2x a year.
Yeah, that's what I was doing up until COVID.
Yeah. I'm up. Oof. I don't even know when the last time
The thing
was.
with dentists, it's like I'm paying for what? You just scrape off some stuff off my barnacles off my teeth. I could do that on my own without paying $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's good to go. It is
Don't
good.
go to dental school. Don't do it.
Just start
not
doing it
worth
from
it.
your backyard.
Just start oil pulling. Yeah, just do it from your backyard.
your garage. I remember our old neighbor, Justin, his mom had a hair salon in her garage. You remember that?
That's wild.
And so we would go over to swim in its house, and there would be you would see in this back room some ladies having that
Are
the
you
hair
serious?
dryer on their heads and
I didn't
getting
know that.
coloring. Yeah, and that's
Dang.
so sketchy.
One time, speaking of cutting your hair, one time I was walking my dog and I was like, oh, I'm near my friend's house, so I'll just walk to his house. And I walked to his house and I just see him half naked in his backyard shaking out a towel. And I'm like, hey, man. And he turns around and I guess he was shaking out his haircut towel.
No.
But it was just such a vulnerable place
That
for him to
is.
be in, just
Yes.
hunched
Holy
over,
cow.
shaking out his towel. So shout out.
Should we go into our other teledopes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Our
Well,
tele. Oh yeah.
I came up with that.
That's right. I don't know how we should do this.
I don't know either.
Do you want
At
me to
this
say
point,
it?
it might be
Yeah, you
already
can
public.
say it. You can say it. James has an announcement.
I have an announcement. I'm going back to college. Hey. No. Ben and Adolph, they having babies.
Having babies.
We are having babies in October.
Human babies.
Human babies.
Human babies.
In October.
I'm so excited.
Separately.
Yes.
With our own wives.
Adolph has been surrogate.
Yeah.
That would be absurd.
So allegedly on October 9th, at least for us it's October 9th, Clara and I are having a baby girl.
And allegedly on October 12th, Haley and I are having a baby boy.
Let's go.
I'm
You
so
know what's going to
excited.
happen.
I'm so stoked.
You know what's going to happen.
True. They're
They
going to
might-
join the band
They're gonna do
and
that.
they're going to take over. And
Yep.
yeah, so we'll have new merch representatives pretty
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
So now we got to start making XXXXS Telehope
Yeah,
shirts.
that's
Right.
true.
That's true.
Extra small. I'm so
Tiny.
stoked. I'm so excited.
We've been keeping this a secret for
A long
a
time.
couple days now.
Oh yeah, for a couple days.
Couple days. Yeah, so that's our official, unofficial Teledopes.
Nice.
And then James, you also have an announcement.
I'm going back to high school.
James is not having a. James is no longer the Telehope baby.
No
Oh,
longer the
I know. Yeah,
Telehope
I'm no
baby.
longer the baby because they're two babies. Turning.
Two babies.
Never mind.
It was crazy because John Bellion just released his new album and it's called Father Figure, and the whole album's about like his experience being a father and stuff. And I'm like, the timing of this record coming out is absurd
Very good.
because the record's really, really, really good. But also, I'm like, dude, this hits me really hard because I've already like started to have a different perspective of life. Just knowing that, well, I am a dad, but knowing that I will be
Dadder.
an actual dadder.
Be
soon.
dadder.
That's absurd. That's crazy.
Even more father.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Father.
It'll be fun.
Heck yeah.
Crazy new chapter.
So April Fools, they're not having kids. Just kidding.
No, it is. It
No,
is
that's real.
legit. It is legitness.
It is legitness. Yes. What's next?
Fan questions.
Is it fan questions?
Fan questions.
Fan questions.
Well, if you were asking, well, never mind. You guys can take that. I was gonna say something.
I think Adolph.
I can start. I had a fan question from the Anna Yak. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but something like that. And it is, how can I keep my dreams alive and motivate myself to reach them? I thought that was a really good question.
That's a question of life, man.
Do you have
what?
an answer?
Oh, yeah. Write it out what you want and tape it on your ceiling and your door and your wall so that you see it all the time.
I think one thing I really appreciate about our friend group is something that Ben headed up and started, which is
Having kids.
we have something called we have something called Goals Group. Do you want to share a bit about that?
Oh,
He
yeah.
just coughed into the mic.
Yep. We have this thing called Goals Group, which I
Heads up.
stemmed from a different goals group, and I was like, my friends and I need this. Of basically goals accountability. Every Tuesday morning, we get together and we share our wins from last week, what we can do better, and then our big 3 goals for the coming week, and then our hopefully those match up with our annual goals of what we want to accomplish in the year, and it just helps you live life a little more intentionally and fuller.
Yep.
It's like you have your annual goals, you have your monthly goals, you have your weekly goals, and I found it so helpful because it's easy to like get off track and then you just get back on track of like, what do I actually want to accomplish?
As the band Rascal Flatts once said, life is a highway. But if you're driving in a
I
laneless
think Lightning
highway,
McQueen said that.
that's true. You know, that's a cover. Michael and I were talking
Yeah.
about that. That's a cover.
Yeah.
But like if you're on a highway, life is a highway. And if you don't have any lanes painted, you're just going to be all over the place. But you got to paint your lanes. And so you know where you're going.
That's true. I think
Cars always
Before-
has something.
cars is
Always does.
90%, dude.
90%.
I think it can be so easy if you don't have like a goals kind of accountability, or like you write it out. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that someday, or I'll do that, and a year, 2 years, 3 years have passed, and you're like, oh, I should do that. But something like a goals accountability, even if you don't like some fuzz, just I'd say get with a friend and be like, hey, do you want to be accountable to each other for like our goals and stuff, just so we don't like live life in passing, you know? Let's just do it more.
So now
Fuller.
we've done it for almost 2 years now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.5, I
crazy.
think.
Yeah.
I think we started in like September, October.
I think
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot about something my mom said one time, which is like, if here's the starting point and like, this is where you want to get. But if you're just ever so slightly not focused, like over time, you're just going to get further and further away from where you actually want to go.
Yeah.
So she's like, you have to stay really focused on what you want to accomplish.
That's so true.
Because even just being slightly off centered, like over time, you're just going to disappear.
It's like in billiards.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yep.
If you're barely off
Man.
and you have to hit another ball and hit another ball.
Yep.
Compounding interest.
So I would say just
90%.
focus, ask yourself what you actually want to accomplish,
Yeah.
and then stay focused on it and find accountability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how simple life is, actually.
Just write a list.
Write a list. Oh, I want to do that. What do I have to do? Oh, there you go. That's what you got to do.
It's true. It's so easy to live life passively
Yeah.
and just kind of like let life happen. But we don't do that.
We don't let it happen to us.
We don't do that.
We happen to it. We
ha-
happen to life.
We happen. I got a fun question. I think this was Emily got asked this question. I forgot to write it down, but I think Emily asked this question.
Forgot.
What is your perfect date night idea?
I already got mine.
I know you got some.
Can I go
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
for it.
I've done this date one time because it was the first time I ever thought up of it. It's a great date, so you can steal it for sure. I can send you the list. But you go to like Walmart or Meijer or something like that, and then you have this I wrote up this list, and it's like a scavenger hunt in the store, but it's all like things related to the person you're going on a date with. So it's like, oh, find a food from aisle 7 that represents your childhood or something like that. Or like go to aisle 13 and pick out something that reminds you of your grandparents or something like that. And then there's like 10 of those. And by the end, you're just walking around a store, which is great. I love Walmart. But then you know stuff about them and their family. And then if you want to buy the food for each item, then you have food. And then you can go to a park and eat it.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
It's insane.
Man, that's genius.
Came from right up here. Came from right up here.
I'd be buying a lot of broccoli and eggplant.
Did we eat a lot of that growing up?
Yeah,
Toaster strudels, though.
once in a while.
That's true. Cracklin' oat bran, though.
Ooh, yeah.
I love
So
that.
I think I have two answers to this. The first answer is when you're just getting to know somebody, and then I'll give my answer for like now, if that makes sense, because I've been married for close to 6 years now. So I'm pretty sure I've taken every girl I've ever dated to the aquarium
Watch out, Haley.
on an early date.
90%
Yeah, dude.
water.
Oh, 90% water. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so I think like having a spot like the aquarium where it's like there's tons to look at and tons of conversation pieces if you run out of things to talk about. But it's like
fish.
but it's quiet. Yeah, for sure. But it's quiet enough to have a conversation. But also, if the date's not going well, you have an endpoint if you want. Like when you get to the end of the aquarium, you're like, hey, that was so fun. Bye. Or you can be like, oh, let's go get ice cream and dinner and do all this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thought. A first date should have a start and an end.
I think so.
That is clear.
Now, granted, when I took Haley to the aquarium, we ended up hanging around downtown Cincinnati for like 6 or 7 hours, and it was awesome. Nice. So I think that date went pretty well.
Yeah.
But now I don't know. I just want to spend time with Haley. So I love a good hike, a coffee shop date, walking around like markets and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like all the classic, fun, casual, kind of quieter mornings or evenings.
It's good. Those are good.
Yeah, I agree. That's good. Well,
It's no Walmart. It's no Walmart. But
It's no Walmart.
It's no
It's
Walmart.
pretty good.
I'm really excited to do that date again, though, because I think people will be thrown off when I drive them to a Walmart parking lot. They're going to be like,
That's
oh,
amazing.
gosh, what is this? And then it's going to turn out that it's the best date they've ever been on.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
my sister used to work at the aquarium, so she gave me a fat stack of aquarium tickets.
Nice.
So I'm like, I got it. No worries.
But it's so expensive, Adolph.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I think along with you, I think I would have two ones. I think now my ideal like Friday night, other than hanging with the boys,
Yep.
Dating the boys.
is
Going
like
to Walmart with James.
going to Walmart.
Oh, shoot.
No, getting like Thai takeout or making a pizza or a frozen pizza even, and watching a movie, maybe going on a walk if it's nice out, just talking, hanging out. That's like my ideal like chill date now. It's just like not I'm more
Have
I
a
don't love
baby.
having a baby. And I don't love like I like going places once in a while, but most of the time I'm like we got this house, we got this nice neighborhood, we got this weather,
We're gonna use
wanna-
it.
we got this
Time.
pizza maker,
You got an espresso maker.
got an espresso,
Yeah, dude.
espresso pizza, dude. I just take those used
Just-
coffee pucks and put it all over the pizza.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds really good,
Yeah.
actually.
I took a bite of a coffee puck one time.
Did you really?
It was disgusting.
Really?
I bet.
Dang.
You kind of got it.
See, I'm the opposite. I
probably
love
bitter.
going places. I mean, I like
Right.
being here, but I'm sure if I were dating somebody, it'd be different.
Yeah. I don't think trying to think. I've never been on like a first date.
Oh yeah, why are we asking
So-
Ben? He's only dated
yeah.
one person.
Well, we went
Yeah,
to like
We don't want to hear your
when we
opinion.
started dating, we went to Kings Island, like a theme park, and rode roller coasters and stuff, which I secretly didn't like roller coasters, but I went anyway.
I think that's one crazy Ben fact.
We went to Kings Island all the time.
Not
Sorry.
that you went to Kings Island,
Wait, what?
just that you married your
oh,
almost middle school sweetheart,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
You were
Yeah, we met, or we started dating when we were 15, almost 16. And then
That's wild.
it was like, we were like in friend groups. And then eventually, I think after a few months, we started going to Kings Island
Start
together.
going steady.
It's going steady. And then, yeah, we just started going to the theme parks and just hanging out there all day. And then by the time we were a little older, we were like just going on hanging out normal dates,
Yeah,
I guess.
you're
Just like
hanging out.
we're just we already knew each other. And
Yeah, because there's that like phase where it's like you can go on a date night, but it's like you're not dating, you're like hanging out because you're already.
yeah.
You,
So I've never done the movie theater yawn, put your arm over trick. I've never done that.
never watched
Except-
Lego Batman.
Except we do have a baby on the way, so
That's true.
just kidding.
My question is way less serious, or even it's from Brooke Cameron Hudson. What's the dumbest thing James has ever done?
Oh
Drink a
man.
gallon of milk every day.
Well, I'll let you think about it real quick. Mine that I came up with myself is one thing that you may not know about me is I am immune to poison ivy. Typically. Usually.
I remember this story.
So there was a time when I was younger when I rubbed like poison ivy on myself. And I was like, I can't get it. And I didn't get it.
So you were rubbing poison ivy all over yourself.
Oh, yeah. So then when I was like 22, I rubbed poison ivy on this arm, but I had an open cut that I didn't know about.
Ooh.
And so it got all in this wrist. And it like from here to here, it was just like raised up welts. It was like oozing orange pus. I think plasma. It was the most, and it felt so good to scratch it. Like so good. But that was very annoying for about like 4 days.
Wait, so you purposely rubbed it?
Yeah, I purposely rubbed it, not knowing that I had a cut, and then that happened. So I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that. So then 2 weeks ago, I did it again. I rubbed it.
2 weeks ago, like recently?
Yeah, I rubbed poison ivy on my elbow, all up here. I was like, Mom, I know I can't get it. And she was like, James, don't do that. And sure enough, I didn't get it. It's because I had an
Wow.
open wound that one time.
That's
But I will
crazy.
say, I do have some scars from the initial one, I think, or that second one. But yeah, I would say that's probably maybe the dumbest thing I've ever done, according to some people. To me, it was not dumb.
What are
It's
some
still-
other dumb things?
Other dumb
Because I
things.
can't think of.
Other dumb things
Any-
I've done.
Yeah.
I can think of like little dumb things that you do all the time.
There was one time I was driving back from I think it was actually my ex-girlfriend in high school. It was like close to 12 o'clock at night. And then I saw these two cars just stopped in the middle of the road. And it was in our hometown. So I was like, oh, they're probably up to no good. And I drove a police car at the time, like a fake or an old police car. And so as soon as they saw me,
With a big spotlight
yeah,
on it.
so I look like a cop. As soon as they saw that car, they literally just like, zoom. And so I was like, oh, I'll have fun. I chased them through this neighborhood. I was going like 55 or 60
Oh
down this
my
like crowded
gosh.
like residential street. And then I was like, I should probably stop. So then I stopped pursuing. But it was
You
fun.
could have gotten shot.
Through
Ah,
the rail.
yeah, it's fun.
That's crazy.
Oh, here's something dumb you did one time.
Yeah.
Was it the Bengals schedule got released and you stopped on the highway?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Bengals schedule got released. And I was like, oh, I really want to see that. So I was driving on the highway. This was like 10 at night. So then
But it's one of those highways that the shoulders are really narrow.
No, it was
really?
a normal shoulder.
Was
it was
a
probably
normal? Okay.
like as wide as a
That's a
car.
crazy reason to pull off on the shoulder, though.
Do you want me to look at it while I drive?
Yeah.
You could wait 10 minutes.
It's going to be like half hour. And so
Okay.
I pull off
never
the
mind.
highway to watch this video. And then sure enough, a cop pulls up behind me. He's like, hey, you doing all right? So then in hindsight, I should have just said, hey, I just wanted to watch this video real quick. But I think I faked something happening. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry. My engine started making this weird noise, but I pulled over and it's fine now. So I'm going to just go home. And that's all I
That's
said.
wild.
Was that the time he asked like if he could search your car?
No, that was different.
Okay.
That was a different time.
Different time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't think that's that dumb.
I think
really
one,
don't.
Well, they're
one,
just
like,
really dangerous.
It's 10 at night. There was like nobody on the highway.
That's even more dangerous because truckers are like tired
falling asleep.
and then that's when they'll crash into you.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I both admire about you and I think is a little stupid is that you always dive headfirst into any like trend or
There we
thing that you
go.
like. And I think you're hard on your body. And then you'll swing the opposite direction.
It's like 2
Yeah.
weeks of only milk drinking.
yeah, where like he
Yeah.
like for a while was like just drinking a half gallon of milk every single day. And
With
it's
honey.
like and he's like, my body feels horrible. I'm like, maybe you should stop.
Maybe you should stop drinking the milk. I gained weight.
Or
though.
like-
It was great.
Or like full sending onto like a meat diet and then the
Oh,
next
yeah.
day drinking 7 milkshakes in a week.
Yeah, 8 milkshakes. in a
Where it's
week.
like it's
Thank
really
you.
funny because like
Hey man,
you are one of one.
it's all or nothing.
But I'm
I
trying
was
to
writing
think
a
of
song called "All or Nothing" actually last week.
Really?
Yeah,
How's it go? All or
Nothing.
nothing. Milk or milkshakes.
something like that. Similar.
but I think overall you're just a great guy.
Thanks, man.
You're just a little
You too.
milky.
You're just a little
You
milky.
got to try everything once, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta for 2 weeks at least.
2 weeks once. 90% of the time.
Yeah. Those are-
What's
those are
next?
good. Those are good questions.
I should have written the schedule.
We
Tour
got
Talk with
Tour
James.
Talk.
Is it tour talk?
It is Tour
Oh,
Talk.
Tour talk.
Tour talk.
Tour Talk.
Thanks.
Thanks. My tour talk. Once upon a time, we played a show in Memphis. Ben got sick. I talked about that last time actually.
Mhm.
But on the way back from Memphis, we were driving, and it was great. And then we're like an hour away from home, and then we get to this gas station. But it was like a chain we had never seen before. It was like a frog, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was like Frogster or something like that. And we go to the bathroom, and there's like a button on the wall. It's like a big red button. It says, "Do not press this." But it didn't look legit. It looked fake. Like, hey, we want you to press it. Like that. And so then we were like,
We gotta
we
press,
gotta
this
press
button.
it. So then I think Michael's like at a urinal peeing or something like that. And I think you press
I
it
just hit the
first.
button.
And then the lights just go out, and you're like, uh-oh. And then all of a sudden, a disco ball turns
It's
on
like
with music. And it was a disc. We call it the what?
disco potty.
Disco potty. Yeah, the
Disco
disco. It's a disco potty.
Did it come out of the ceiling? Like, was it hidden?
I think it was there actually.
We just didn't
We just
really
didn't notice it.
Yeah.
You don't think there's gonna be a
So
disco
then we're
ball.
like shooting videos in this bathroom, like dancing, and then this guy comes
guy
out of a
walks in.
stall,
and you're like, check this out, dude.
and he was like, "Cool."
Cool.
I'm
I
sad
remember
missed
that Ben didn't come into that
didn't?
bathroom because
No,
he
I
was trying not to die in the car.
Yeah. I was eating saltine crackers and ginger ale.
That's
in
all you
the
had that
car.
day?
Yeah. But it was really good.
Good.
Dude, that was such a fun time.
I remember I got popcorn at that place. It was good.
Those are
Popcorn.
good. Those are good.
It was awesome.
It's like it's somewhere in Kentucky. I feel like it's
Yeah, it's like an
it's
hour
only
away.
like an hour and a half from Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
far.
let's go.
So shout out to that frog place.
Frog stirred.
Froggy. My tour talk is related to Adolph's shirt, actually.
That's my tour talk.
Is it really? Well, not that.
Oh,
that
Okay, we'll get
no.
there.
It's just, my tour talk is just Wyoming.
That's my tour talk.
Oh no.
It just says Wyoming.
That's crazy. Well, we can reminisce
Okay.
together.
Okay.
We probably liked it for maybe different reasons. I don't know. I have always wanted to live on land, and I've always wanted to like have a farm. And going to Wyoming, where we met people who had a lot of land, and we were invited over to their said land, and got to experience the animals and the land. It was just really cool. It healed my inner child, and one of my life goals is to like sit on a porch on a house like that, or like on a ranch, and you can see for like tens and tens of miles, and watching a storm roll in.
Oh.
That's
That'd
like
be
my
awesome.
biggest life dream, is to just
That'd
like,
be
sit
awesome.
there, like feel the air turn cold, feel the breeze, and then watch the storm roll in. And I was actually at a wedding 2 weeks ago where I met this dude who lived in North Dakota growing up on a ranch. And he's like, oh, yeah, one of my favorite things was watching the storms roll in. I'm like,
That's awesome.
I've been riding through the storm.
but that was just so cool. And I think about Wyoming all the time. I'm like,
So
I
when I saw
highly
this Facebook ad,
romanticize.
that's why I had to get it.
I'm going to need that.
Because I was like,
Yeah, do you know what company made that?
Aeropostale. Aeropostale? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, it's called Apostle.
Apostle. The Apostle Paul. Yeah, and I saw this shirt and it just, all the memories rushed back. And so I texted my wife and I was like, this shirt's so dope. And then I came home and she's like, I got it for you.
Nice.
She was like holding it, which was really nice of her.
That's so sick.
Because I was like, oh, I love this shirt, but the shipping's expensive, whatever. Then I went to work and came back and she's like, I got it for you. I'm like, that's so awesome.
In like 20 minutes?
Yeah, how'd she get it?
How'd she get it so fast?
She went to Aeropostale.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's at a store.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
And then, so that's like one of my favorite places in America. Like, I think that was like the biggest surprise because in my brain, I was never like, Wyoming is unbelievable.
Michael and I talked about texting whoever, I forget, Megan, and seeing if we could just go out there for a week and work on their ranch.
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
might try that.
Work with Travis.
So
Yeah, dude.
we did learn that it only doesn't freeze in Afton, Wyoming 3 months out of the year, which is crazy. So maybe I would have a different perspective if we had went in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
I also learned that like horses in Ohio, if it's cold, have blankets on them. And so I asked, I'm like, it's freezing. Why do these horses not have blankets? And they're like, well, if you put a blanket on a horse, then he's going to die because it freezes too much. And so by not putting a blanket on the horse, then he like is forced to like grow the hair and the fur he needs to survive. And that's so interesting. Like there's so many things I don't know. That's so fascinating.
It's crazy.
And then they have the world's biggest antler arch, which
Elk.
we
Yeah.
saw, or
in,
elk
elk.
Afton,
in Afton, Wyoming. And Afton, Wyoming felt like, it just felt like a movie. Like you walk around and everybody's like friendly and everybody knows each other. And so I did some research and I learned that the population in Afton, Wyoming is 2,270 people, which is absurd. Dude, the door just creaked open.
That's okay. You can come in. No, I'm kidding.
So then
We literally played for like a quarter of everybody there.
we literally did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played a show for a couple hundred people. Literally
It's like 1,000 people.
Yeah, it might have been closer.
half
to
the
those.
people there
Yeah,
we
literally.
played for. But to give you some comparison, Cincinnati, which is considered a pretty small city, has 311,000 people.
Dang.
Compared to 2,000 is awesome.
That's
But
crazy.
I just felt like walking around Afton and we got to spend like a week there or something.
Yeah.
But like, I just felt like my soul could breathe.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's like this
Well,
is
we
life.
couldn't breathe when we ran up the mountain.
well, that was true.
That was stupid.
oh.
I thought I could do it.
We sprinted
And I
up a
did it.
mountain and got so lightheaded at the
Yeah.
top. It was
I was
crazy.
gonna die.
But it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was great. It was awesome.
And then Ben already kind of mentioned this, but we were hanging out with a family who like tended to a huge ranch. So he took us out on his Kubota and just acres and acres and acres and like miles of just these cows. And we
Tried to
I
touch
really
a
wanted
cow.
to see a moose.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We did not see a moose.
No moose.
So maybe next time.
My biggest life regret, other than not seeing One Direction in concert, is not ever
seeing
seeing a
moose.
bear or a moose.
I've seen a few bears. Dude, Andy was telling us his hunting stories about
That was crazy.
running into grizzly bears, and they like go hunting on horseback. I'm like, that is so cool.
That's so awesome.
Until you die.
Well, yeah.
It's like that's what life is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
For real.
life, man. This is not life.
But it was weird
I mean,
because
it
it's
is.
like you're so out there. Other than if you didn't have access to internet, you're just so removed from everything.
Yeah.
You're like your focus is this town. Your survival and your family and your community, and it's like, whoa, that's
It's all on you.
And us, we're not even like city boys, but we're like neighborhood, like
life's always
like
busy.
we're in
and
a cul-de-sac
bustling
right
and-
now, like
Yeah. Near Cincinnati.
near a few miles from a big city.
Actually, this is, I think, one of the top 50 places to live in America.
In Ohio,
Go figure.
Mason,
One
Ohio.
No,
of
in
the top
America.
50 is really funny to say.
No, top 50 in
one of
America.
the top 50 states to live in.
Oh, yeah,
Ohio.
one of the top.
That's what I
yeah.
said. Also, they didn't have AC, right? Because it's cold all the time, and they had for.
I don't know.
Oh, it was heating.
And heating was they just had wood,
They had a wood stove.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and they
And they-
heated the house with wood.
So they had two kinds of heating. Actually, I looked into this. They have the central wood stove that just spreads the heat throughout
Yeah.
the house. But they also have, I think it's cove heating is what it's called. These little these big strips that just surface heat. They heat the surfaces of everything. So because I guess the wood fire doesn't actually heat the surfaces of everything somehow. It's just heating the air, and because everything can stay super cold, so it heats the surfaces of everything. I don't
So
know.
interesting,
I don't understand that at all.
It was,
but that's
It
okay.
was cool.
but it was
Man.
awesome.
Wyoming.
Why?
Wyoming.
Yeah.
We did take a trip to Jackson Hole to the Tetons.
Tornado sirens.
Is it 12?
Yep.
It's noon, and the tornadoes are
There
Yeah,
are
the tornadoes are
tornado
gone.
siren tests in Ohio on the first Wednesday of every month at noon. So that's what is happening if you hear that, but you probably can't hear it.
God forbid
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a real tornado on the first Wednesday of the month.
that
at
would be
noon.
scary.
Because then everybody would be like, meh.
It's a perfect cover.
Yeah,
Tornado
and
Oh,
he's-
so
sneaks
we
in.
went to the Teton Mountains. I feel like
Yes.
we talked about this on another podcast, but maybe we didn't.
I think we did. We did a stupid thing and went with no protection of any kind.
No.
So
bear
had we run
protect-
into
bear
a grizzly
protection.
bear, we would have
Yes.
been mauled.
Practice safe hiking.
Yes. Practice safe hiking.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Ooh,
Oh
90%
man,
of the time.
Wyoming. Oh, it was also cool because they cooked us
dude,
pork,
eggs.
egg from chickens they had, sausage from a pig that was in their house.
It was some of the best food I've ever had in
yesterday,
my
it
life.
was-
Hot chocolate.
Homemade bread, homemade everything.
I
It was
remember
crazy.
that the guy at the house we were at, he was watching a replay of a football game on the TV.
Yeah.
And then James and I kept saying what was going to happen next. And Ben's like, well, how do you know what's going to happen?
I was so into it. It was like the Chiefs were playing or something.
Yeah,
I was like,
the Chiefs
and
Bills.
they got they're going for it on fourth down, and they got denied. I was like, oh yes.
And then we're like, what are you doing? This is a replay.
This is
I'm like,
a
this happened
replay.
2 years ago.
I had no idea.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
I had no
man.
idea.
I'm like, oh, dude, watch. Stephon Diggs is going to score on this touchdown.
Well,
Good
I mean, we do
times.
that in actual games. We're like, yep, he's gonna score right
Well,
here.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that's what I
But-
thought you were
It
doing.
was funny.
I didn't know you knew the future
Yeah.
or the past, I guess. Demo derby.
Demo Derby.
Demo derby. All right, we
Where
got
we
a.
Where we
Demolish.
wreck our confidence.
Rep our confidence.
Actually, this one should improve our confidence.
When we improve our confidence.
We got a request for demo derby today from, I believe, Stephanie. Asked us to do "Gonna Be Alright." This one was a really, I think, one of our quickest songs we wrote because it just kind of flowed, and we're like, it felt very Telehope-y, and we're like, oh, we know how to write this song. We can do this, and so this one we might have written in maybe 1 or 2 sessions even, because I remember I had this demo, and I showed you guys, and I think I had just everything's gonna be okay, and we're like, let's riff on that, and we did. So I don't have a lot of the history of it recorded, but I have this initial voice memo. Hey, everything's gonna be okay. Hey, no, you don't need to panic when life gets a little manic. Live and you learn all of the hurt. So that was, I think we had that in the writing session. Maybe we
There we go.
figured out that much. It was in a different key before. Also, it was in a higher key as most of our songs start.
Oh, I didn't start that one.
No, I started that one, and so then I think we just like wrote verse, chorus, verse, and I did a quick demo vocal to that, and so this is the first initial like produced demo. And it's just kind of a feel good.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good.
It's a vibe.
And so we produce it out. I think that was one where that initial, those like dun 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 dun, dun those initial, it was very Owl City.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
And so I was like, as with a lot of those synths on the record, I took those plucky synths and turned them into guitar plucks. So I think this is the like that plucky synth, I believe. No, it's this one. Which is still in.
What sound is that?
It's still in there. It's just like a saw synth. That's
I mean, like
side chained.
Is it like a serum?
Probably.
You don't know?
I doubt. Yeah, it's definitely serum.
Is it okay?
Of some kind of saw, but then putting in the making it guitar-y.
That's my big regret. If anybody does music, don't get serum. Just get contact. For like, I'm not knocking serum, but like contact has everything that serum has and so much more. So no shade.
So those are just kind of the whole layer of those plucks with the guitars and the synths. That's a lot of fun to produce out that one.
That synth, the the harsh one.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a pipe bursting with steam.
Oh,
Like it's normal and then.
This is a sampled Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. You know the Titanic Lego set's like $500.
Dude, it looks so cool.
Is it really?
It does.
That's cool.
There's no iceberg included
It
though.
only comes with half of it.
I
I'm
know.
just
Oh
kidding.
my gosh. This one, we modeled this song off of Stockholm Syndrome by One Direction.
Oh yeah, with the drums.
Yeah, but even the just the hey,
Yeah.
how does Stockholm's? It's like
Oh, I just listened to that song yesterday or 2 days ago.
this might refresh our memory.
What the song?
The very beginning of our song, I wanted to have that same kind of plucky synth feel.
My Stockholm syndrome's in your room. Loved by you. Oh,
and look what you done to me. Hey, baby, you got me tied down. Hey, yeah.
That's like one of the first times I actually like visualized myself racking through my brain, and I found it.
Good.
Normally,
The
stuff
Rolodex.
normally stuff either just kind of pops in or it's not there. But like I thought through it, and I found it.
Very
Good. Good
I
job.
felt like SpongeBob in that one episode. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Where the file cabinets?
Yeah.
are?
The clerks.
Where's his name? Where's his name?
So the beginning synth of this. Who's that one holding your hand? So I think that's the beginning of Stockholm Syndrome. As I just love that arpeggiated. Or my voice is weird. So I was like, let's do that. And so that's the very beginning, obviously. But I'm like, let's add that into our song.
Yeah.
So here's some haze.
It's for horses.
Let me bring in one of the staples of this song is that drum fill before.
So what did you make that out of?
So that is
Called up Phil Wickham.
Yeah.
so it's partly that drum fill. Here's just the drum part. So
Use
most
some, like,
most of it's
rototoms?
like those rototoms. So here's just those like rototoms.
Is that just like a splice sample loop?
No, I just had rototom samples, I think, and then those together.
Yeah.
It's just so I just love how
Yeah.
that live and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, you might not know, but there's this little piano in there too.
I think we all knew that. We can move on.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I don't know
That's
why.
classic wing tech.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
dude,
baby.
I don't know why I didn't know what a sustain pedal was at that point. But
The sky isn't falling, it's just
There's another like synth. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na.
yep. Well, so there's
And that reminds me of burning out tonight. Into something red.
Her mother doesn't like the kind of dress. So there's that arpeggiated guitar, and then we got this additional guitar lead.
Yeah, that's not covering what's in my ear, or maybe it's a combination of tracks because I'm hearing a. Da-na-na.
Well, just wait, there's more.
Oh, okay.
And then there's that piano, and then there's another synth.
Okay, it's a combination of this and then.
Yeah.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Yeah.
Slowly unrelease that cutoff. So I love that. What that?
No, it's just during the no fill. It don't go like that. I don't
Yeah.
feel like.
One of my favorite things is on, I don't know what it's called, but on your keyboard you go like,
Dude,
you know,
glissando.
a glissando. Let's glisson go.
Yeah, dude.
So I don't know why the other synth isn't in this track, but you can hear just that.
That's a classic.
So, but if you
That's
hear
awesome.
that
It's
with
like somebody zipping their pants up.
Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly. So you can hear it better here.
Yeah, dude.
I love that glissando.
Yeah, dude.
Glissando.
Glissando.
And then I remember the bridge was, I think I wrestled with that a little bit longer than I wanted to, but here's the bridge. So I'll just play just the vocals.
I was wondering where the vocals were.
Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright.
This reminds me of something. This reminds me of something.
What does it remind you of?
I know, what the heck?
What?
Earlier I'm like crying laughing because this is so funny to me. Early in the writing process of this album, we were coming up with lyrics for something, and I had written a line, and I said everything, and Ben literally said everything. He's like, I don't know, I just don't think anybody does everything with 3 syllables.
No, that'd be 4. Everything.
Oh, yeah, it's like 4 syllables. I think it's just everything.
I remember.
And I was like,
that
I don't know,
too.
I think it can work. And then we ultimately ended up going with the 3-syllable one. And then here we are in a
And then
later
Ben was
song,
like, what if instead we say everything?
And I was like, what?
In my
Everything.
defense,
No, you don't have to defend. It's just funny how like
In my defense,
it didn't
I
work for
have
that
none.
song.
that jury's still out
I
on that.
didn't.
Jury's
I
still
don't even
out.
remember what song it was.
I don't actually have no idea where.
But
I don't think we
remember
even used
that
that
was
line.
that was like a heated debate.
'Cause
Well,
I was like,
a casual
it totally could
casual heated debate.
Yeah,
Because James
Right.
was like, you can totally say everything.
it's like Jordan
Ben was
LeBron.
like,
It's
no,
like
no,
people
no,
are going
no,
to
no.
debate, but it's fun.
We need to figure out what that was.
I would love to find that out.
everything.
But
Yeah,
in
that
this
is-
one, I'm like, yeah, it feels
It
natural.
works.
I don't
It
know.
feels good.
Wait, I want to play it one more time because I was like, I want to make this like kind of Zed, like vocoder
Yeah.
with. So I'm gonna play it one more time.
Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything. Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
There can always be a better day. No, you don't need to panic when life gets a little manic. You live in your
Ad libs are so funny on their own. I just want to play just the ad libs.
better day.
I just keep.
James does this
He
thing.
keeps looking out
I
the
keep
window.
looking out the window,
and I
just
keep
looking at
looking.
I know. I'm like,
I
what?
just
And I keep going.
surprised. I just go like, oh, wow. Like that, just hoping Adolph will look because there's nothing there.
Okay, here's those.
Better day.
I've never heard that. Ooh.
So now listen to that in the context. See if you can hear those. Turn those up. Isn't that crazy? So it's just crazy what it fills it out, and if it wasn't there, it wouldn't be as voluptuous or
Right.
melodious. So that's I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? There's that lead. I think it's a pretty simple song.
Yeah.
straightforward.
I think right when we finished the album, this was like by far my favorite song on the album.
It's really fun to play.
Yeah.
Live.
And I just love I don't even know. I guess just the swing of it. It reminds me of like Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just feel good.
Welcome to
Makes you feel
your
good.
life. It's a banger.
Classic.
There's no turning back.
Oh, I didn't know the next
Everything's
line.
gonna be alright.
Yeah, man.
But there we go.
Good song.
Demo Derby.
Demo Derby.
Demo Derby.
I think we got out of
wreck
this
our
one
confidence.
not unscathed, but
Shall we end on a
everything-
high note? Well,
don't worry, dude. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
everything is going to be just fine.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. So
So I've been thinking.
So I've been thinking.
I heard a quote this past week, and
I've been waiting for this for like a week.
Yeah, me too.
I know. I texted the guys and I was like, can I please have ending on a high note? Because I heard a quote that I really enjoyed. But now I feel like I've built it up too much and it's about to be a downer. But I heard a quote this past week and it was, if you are 20...
Sorry.
That was absurd.
I'm sorry.
That was a guttural glottal stop.
Oh.
The
No
quote
need to
is...
curse.
The quote is, if you're 27 years old, you're only 7 years into the real world. So stop trying to have everything figured out. It's going to be okay.
Hey.
I've been thinking about that a lot because I think like one of my biggest kind of overthinking repetitive things in my brain is like, oh, you're not where you're supposed to be. And like when I was a kid, I thought that people in college had their life figured out. And then when I was in college, I was like, well, I dropped out of college, but college age, I was like, okay, well, as soon as people in their mid 20s or when you get married or when you like have a kid or when you're an adult or like, I always assume that I'm going to be further along than I am. And the older I get, the younger I see like the next step where now I'm like, dude, 30-year-olds are just my friend. Happy
Right.
birthday, bud.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Dude, yeah.
Whereas
man,
when I was a
birthday.
kid, I was like, dude, when somebody's 30, they have their life figured out.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm realizing
Yeah, you're looking at it.
as a 27-year-old, I'm only 7 years into the real world. And I just felt like a lot of peace about that. And then I was like, okay, I don't actually have to have everything figured out.
Yeah.
Well, if you need some wisdom, I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a different decade.
Even like 20, it's like 20.
You're a child.
Yeah, you're still a kid. I'm still a kid.
See, I agree that you're a child because we've turned 20-year-olds into children.
It's a whole nother debate.
That's a completely different.
I feel
Right,
like we've
I
talked
think-
about.
Yeah. I think we should be grown up at like 17.
Right.
Honestly.
But it's kind of like that guy who loves Gary Vee.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's like his vibe, I feel like. Is like, you're 27. You can still mess up for 10 years and
Yeah.
be just fine.
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't going there. I was not going there.
No, I know.
Okay.
Just the
Okay.
whole cultural age thing. Like,
Yeah.
Of like.
It's called like
this.
infantile.
Well, I feel like our culture is shifting where like now people are getting married and having kids even later.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know, where now it's like not even surprising if you're 35 having
right.
your
You're-
first
yeah.
I mean,
marriage or a kid or something, which
I'm
is kind of crazy.
30 and we're having a kid. I'm like, I feel too young.
Yeah,
like
I
we
know.
got married at
Mm.
23 and I'm like, this is so young, which 23 is, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Whenever you get married is whenever you get married. But
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not like too young. Like if that's what is best for you, whatever in life you want to do, if that's best for you, then like,
Morgan Freeman's first
What-
big
yeah.
break didn't come until he was like 48.
Yeah.
wow.
I was having a kind of a deeper conversation with one of my friends who's 40, and I was talking about some stupid thing I was stressed about. And he's like, why are you stressed about this? He goes, yeah, I have that figured out, but I'm 13 years older than you. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. Like 13 years is such a long time.
It's a long time. 13 years ago, you were 14.
That's absurd.
Whoa.
That's crazy. And I was friends with you guys.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
But anyways, so everything is going to be okay. And this only applies to the 27-year-olds, but you're only 7 years into the real world.
Just a baby.
You don't have to memorize the grocery store layout. You will learn it.
I still don't know it.
Really? I feel like that's a big part of growing up is like knowing
Well, they
where to
always
go in the
change. They
grocery
constantly
store.
change it.
Well,
you know?
you only have to memorize Walmart.
No, I go to Kroger.
I'm doing a
I
little
know.
throwback.
I know.
Mr. Date.
I do not grocery shop at Walmart. I'm sorry.
But he doesn't mix his groceries in his dating life.
Right, exactly.
right. No,
Groceries and
no.
dating do not mix.
You're like, I need to go grocery shopping, but I also want to go on a date. How
You
can we
wanna go
make-
Can't do both.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Dude,
Well-
yeah. I'm only 5 years in.
5 years in. Somebody, think I told you this, but somebody the other day was like, "You guys should totally start a podcast." I was like, "We totally have."
That's awesome.
Just have to join
I
the
pull it up.
Patreon.
They're like, "Oh," and it was so funny. The guy I was talking to, he's like, "Yeah," it's like, "Yeah, we follow you. I get all your texts, all your emails, like all your notifications."
so
I'm like,
funny. You're
"Well,
like,
we have a
"Apparently not."
podcast."
Exposed.
Obviously not. Anyway,
That's awesome.
No shade.
no
if
shade
you're
at all.
watching
No
this.
shade at all.
It's just funny.
It's the algorithm's fault.
There's a lot of stuff to keep up with. And so
There is.
you miss things.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining. Episode 4 of Off the Record.
Are we going to start the episode yet?
Yeah, we should start recording now.
Okay. That was the practice.
Thank you all so much for being here, hanging out, for your support. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Episode
see you.
5 on the way.
Episode 5 is next time.
Yeah.
We might skip it and just go to episode 6. So.
I'd be down.
Just throw
Okay.
off everybody.
Yeah.
Throw them off.
I'm
All
done.
right.
Well, have a great day. Great
Cheers, everybody.
weekend.
See ya.
Go
Bye.
to Wyoming.